Hey guys, this is a quick setup manual for your iPad Pro. So this video is for new users. So let's just get started. I'm going to teach you the basics anyway. So let's go on and flip this around. So first things first, turning this on. So on the top, you're going to see the power button that's beside your volume keys right here. So here are my volume keys. Then we have our power. Just hold on to your power and hold on to it until you see an Apple logo. Your iPad should come with some charge. If it doesn't and something's wrong, I would return it right away. And it could be refurbished. It could just be something wrong. It should never have 0% battery. So you shouldn't have to charge it to set it up. Now, if it needs an update or anything like that, sure, battery could be around 50%. So it could be that low. No big deal. But that's the only time we're going to be able to charge it if we have to. Other than that, you shouldn't have to. This is the first screen that you're going to see. Now, this is an iPad Pro. This is the big one. So we're going to go on and just choose English. And by the way, you can choose any other language for that matter. You don't have to choose English. And we're going to go on, choose our region. From here, appearance. So you guys can go for default or make it bigger, or even smaller. So the text and all that stuff would be smaller. Sometimes it does this. Don't worry about it when we take too long. But we're going to choose default, continue on. Quick start. This is if you have another device. So if you guys have an iPhone or another iPad, just bring it beside it. Make sure the Bluetooth turned on, plus just don't have it in low power saver mode or anything like that. Go on, bring it together. You're gonna see something popping up on your iPhone, on your iPad, so you guys can do this quick start. If you don't have that, just go into setup manually. So that's without any device. And then just choose your Wi-Fi network. And then just put in join. Once you put in your password, there you go. Can you use a hotspot? Yes, you can. So hotspots, almost same thing as a Wi-Fi network after all. So it's not gonna identify it as a hotspot. It's just gonna know it's a Wi-Fi network. It's gonna hook up to it. You guys can go and set it up that way as well. This whole setup doesn't take that long. Right now, it's gonna ask you for that software update. Keep in mind my battery's at 81%. All the iPads I've got so far, they've all been around that. So around 80% battery, by the way. And you can update it now, update later. I highly suggest update it now. Just let it do its update, agree to this, and then you're gonna see that it downloads the software. It's gonna install it. Just let it be. For those of you who got a battery that's around 50%, you're gonna have to hook it up at this point in time. Most of you will not. So we're just gonna let this be, and then later on we can keep going with the whole setup. So during the update, you should see a screen like so, because it's restarting. And then you guys can just keep going with the setup. So again, it should restart. It's normal. That's what updates usually do. So just wait for it. All right, so once the update's done, just go on and choose what you chose from before. We're gonna set up without another device. And then finally, data and privacy. So we're gonna continue on. And right now, what you guys can do is set up for your child. So you do have that option down here below. So you can set up restrictions, stuff like that, screen time. And if you don't, just set it up for yourself. So that's the top thing right here, Face ID. So this is something that not everybody wants to do, so you can always skip that. So if you don't want to import any personal information, you can set up later. So again, we can set this up without importing any personal information, and you can always just choose to set up later. However, if you do want to set this up, it's actually really easy to set up Face ID. I'm going to show you. You basically just have to move your face in circles, if that makes sense. But we're gonna go on and show you how to do that. So press continue. Then you're gonna see this, and it kind of shows you what you're supposed to do. Kind of like move it in circles. So let's just get started. It's kind of hard to show you when I'm recording. Basically, I'm supposed to go like this, and there we go. There's my Face ID. Again, you guys can skip that if you don't want to. So I did want to show you how to do that though. But you guys could always skip that. So we're gonna go into continue. And we're just gonna do the same thing again. Just move it. Again, don't have something in the front of you like I did. Press continue. Passcode. So there's more options for this. And let me just show you passcode options. So we have 4 digits and stuff like that. So let's say you're selling this. You want to make it really easy. Just put 1111. Use anyway and put 1111. That's just an example. Obviously, if it's for you guys, you can still do that. But if you want to keep it secure, obviously do something more difficult than just that. All right, so from this point, you can import anything from your iCloud. So if you guys had a device from before, you can just transfer stuff from your iPad. However, that's another video that shows you how to import all your stuff, but you could do it right now. And right here, you guys have Mac PC. I wouldn't really do that. And then from Android, same thing. I would skip it. I would just start from fresh. And then don't transfer anything if you guys don't want to import anything. You're brand new to this, or maybe you don't want to transfer any personal information here. So right now we're gonna do that. And Apple ID, something that you have to create if you don't have one. So go on and choose the second option. If you don't want to import any personal information, also go into your second option. So I'm gonna go right here, assuming you guys don't have an Apple ID. If you do, you would just write down there. Anyways, right now what you can do is just create a free Apple ID. If you don't have one, just fill in your first name, last name, birthday. It's gonna ask you for your email. Pretty much done with that. Now, if you guys don't want to import information, then go into setup later in settings, don't use. Regardless if you made an Apple ID or you didn't, you're gonna see this, update automatically. So if you guys want that update automatic, go ahead and do it. I highly suggest not to. I highly suggest always only download automatically, and you guys run the update whenever you guys want to. And then location services, I would turn it on just so your maps work properly and all that stuff. And right here, Siri, again, if you don't want to import any personal information, set up later in settings. So that's down here below. And right now I'm going to teach you how to set it up. You basically just read off whatever it tells you on the screen. So we're going to go into continue. You guys can choose the voice. So I'm going to choose voice number 4.
Siri.
That's what I'm used to. So we're going to go into continue. Siri, how's the weather? Hey Siri, send a message. Siri, set a timer for 3 minutes. Hey Siri, get directions home. Siri, play some music. And Siri's ready, so we can continue on. Right now, you guys can share this information. Well, share your recordings or not. So it's up to you. Most people will choose not now. I don't care. I'm going to share. Screen time. This is something good if you guys are planning this, especially for your kids. You guys can do restrictions on apps, restrictions on time. All that stuff goes into screen time. If you're an adult and you don't really care, you know what you're going to use it for, don't set it up. Just going to set up later in settings. And you just never set it up later. Right now, you can share this with Apple. I would do it. You guys can share those analytics with developers. I would do it too. You don't have to. This is between dark mode and light mode. So if you put it in automatic, it's going to turn on light mode during the day. And then at nighttime, it's going to turn dark because it's easier on your eyes. I personally like dark all the time. However, for this video, it's actually easier for me to make it on light mode so you guys can see it better. So right now, welcome to iPad, and we are done. The basics apps that you guys get without importing anything. These are just default apps that you guys get in your iPad would be these. And that's it. There's nothing more. It's just the ones that you guys see right here. Nothing more, nothing less. Anything that you guys want to download from the App Store. You do need an Apple ID to download anything from the App Store. So make sure you set that up if you didn't already. And something I would highly suggest doing is always going to your settings and check out if there's any more software updates. It should technically be already all set up, but sometimes you do have to go there and just make sure that everything's good. But as far as this setup video goes, we're all done. So if you want to see the manual for it, of how to actually handle this whole iPad and how it works, I do have a separate video that teaches you the basics about your brand new iPad. And that would be it for this video. If you guys have any comments, questions, you guys can write down here in the comments area. Don't forget to subscribe and like. Thank you.